neutral during this process. We appoint the zoning board, we appoint the planning board, we appoint the manager who hires the tax department and the building inspector, so we could not be seen influencing this process in any way, shape, or form.
What do you expect or hope that, what difference do you hope or expect this will make with the energy facility siting?
I'm hoping that, were you at the meeting last night? No. There was a lot of strong testimony last night. You've heard it, I'm sure you have. I'm hoping that they'll recognize that the council has followed the process, as the governor said, and we've remained neutral. We have heard from the citizens of this town probably more than anybody else in the state and have the least control over this process. And I'm hoping, as you heard tonight, we have passed a motion to ask the rest of the state and all our abutting sister towns in the neighboring states to approve our resolution opposing this plan. So I'm hoping if we get enough widespread opposition throughout the state, the siting board will pay attention and the government will pay attention.
And I've heard you guys say that you don't think, that ultimately it's up to the energy facility siting board, and that you don't think you have a big influence. But I've also heard Invenergy's John Nyland say that we don't go where we're not wanted, sort of hinting that you actually do have more influence than.
Well, let's bring that up again.
Let's bring that up again.
To Mr. Nyland, next time you get a chance to see him, ask him. Now he knows how we feel about it.
Do you talk with him regularly?
I do not.
So how long has the council sort of had this consensus? Is it, for a while? Have they?
For our opposition?
Yes.
I would say our opposition has been festering and growing now for the better part of about 7 months. When this first was proposed, the majority of the council saw two potential benefits to this whole process. Obviously tax money, and the second one was perhaps an opportunity to get well 3A cleaned. Well 3A is going to get cleaned. It's not going to get cleaned. It's going to remain shut, thankfully. And so that leaves just tax money. And like my mom always says, if the decision's about the money, it's the wrong decision.
Was it hard to kind of sit on your hands and everybody stay the course?
It has been very hard for this council to remain neutral with all the opposition, and we live here. These are our friends and neighbors. We're all over this town. And it's hard to walk around this town and keep your lips shut. It has been. So thankfully we've spent a good better part of, almost a year now to get to this point. And now, like I said way back 9-10 months ago, we were in a 1 mile race. We're probably hitting the back stretch. We're making the last quarter mile, and this is where the rubber hits the road now. So hopefully we can affect the siting board to make the right decision and keep this monstrosity out of one of the most pristine places in the state.
You mentioned the tax money. You are going to consider a tax agreement.
Correct. We have a meeting on Monday.
So where do you stand on that tax agreement considering tonight's vote?
That'll be a conversation really for Monday. Past experience with the power plant we have in our town now says that it's beneficial to have that tax agreement. However, we'll have that hearing on Monday, like we promised the people of this town that we would, once we had something from Invenergy that we could present to them, we would have a public hearing to present the whole thing to them. So that's really a conversation that we'll have Monday, and we'll see what happens on Monday.
And how in touch are you with the sister towns abutting Burrillville?
Pretty much in touch. I think we've been at quite a few of our meetings. We've had people from Gloucester and Killingly speak at our meetings. So yeah, I think we're pretty. My mom and dad live in Killingly, and my mom is actually an assistant to the police chief in Putnam. So I have a lot of connections to that side of the state line. So, yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions that we didn't ask you that you think you should know?
No, you got a copy of the resolution?
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
Very good. I would just ask that if you can, make it a point to mention that we did ask that the rest of the state and the rest of the towns in the state support this resolution opposing this power plant. and I would have an open invitation to the siting board and the governor to take a ride out here. I will take you out on the ponds. I'll take you around town with more than just Wright's Farm. Have dinner at my house. I'll be happy to show you what a beautiful place this is and what potentially you could be doing to it by putting that plant where you want to put it. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem.